Donald Christopher Cruz, and I did my report on operant conditioning. I grew up in a military family, and I come from a military background. Now you might ask yourself, what does that have to do with operant conditioning? In what way does that affect a child growing up in a military family? Well, I like to lean towards the part of positive conditioning instead of negative conditioning. Now, how positive conditioning was used in our family was most importantly by my mother. See, when we had to move, we had limits on weight for the trucks that would carry our moving equipment, supplies, furniture. And as a result, we would always have to get rid of most of all of our toys. We were allowed to keep one box, and in that one box we could keep our favorite toys, but all the others would be donated and given away. Now, one of the ways my mother positively reinforced that for us was that she would explain to us that there were children that didn't have toys, didn't have the opportunity to get the toys that we had the opportunity to play with, and it would positively influence them to be able to get those things that they might not otherwise have an opportunity to play with. Another positive aspect that my mother would paint for us is the idea that when we got to a new place, they would buy us new toys. We would get new toys for Christmas, for birthdays. We might have friends that had toys they no longer wanted to play with, and they would give them to us. When we would go to a new church, often the new church would welcome us in, and oftentimes we would get gifts like coloring books, puzzle books, and assorted other types of things from the church groups and the people in the church welcoming us to the community. We could have let all of that negatively influence us, and we could have focused on the negativity of getting rid of all those toys, but it taught us a sense of not being materialistic. It taught us to appreciate the idea that we were not only having something to look forward into the future, but also participating in a way to benefit the entirety of the community around us. My mother was very good at making a very difficult situation for young people positive. She would not only sell us on the idea of getting rid of the toys, but she would positively encourage us of the excitement of meeting new friends, to be new playgrounds, new TV shows to watch, TV stations to watch, new opportunities to go to new YMCAs. Some cases we would move to bigger areas that had amusement parks. So we had the excitement of growing up in a place that had an amusement park for 4 years. It was an ever-changing experience and an ever-changing social experiment for a young person. It was very difficult, but as we grew older and we grew into our teen years, we learned that objects were not important. We learned that materialism was not important. We learned that we could get by on family and friends and the people that were a part of our community better than we could having the objects that would last just a brief amount of time and then would be gone. So I consider growing up in that environment very positive, and I have to thank my mother for her hard work and dedication teaching us these positive things. That to me is the key focus and the key point of operant conditioning through positive reinforcement. It is the proof positive that you can do positive things and use positive ways of thinking, positive ways of acting, positive ways of speaking to help someone get through very difficult situations and very difficult moments in their life and come out the other end a better person. Thank you.